Hi everyone, it's Felicia. Welcome back to my channel. So I just kind of wanted to jump on and give another informational video about trauma. And today I'm going to give an overview of simple versus complex trauma. So these are not terms that most people are familiar with. So I just kind of wanted to go over what the differences are. Simple trauma is honestly not something that we see very much of. At least I don't in my clinical practice, given what I do for a living. So simple trauma is a single incident or event that takes place outside of any other trauma happening to this person. So it makes it a lot easier for someone to get through what's called a simple trauma, such as plane accident, car accident, natural disaster, mass violence, community violence, etc., if there isn't other unresolved trauma. It's much easier to treat. Complex trauma is when there have been multiple layers and types of trauma, potentially all occurring at the same time. So this could be someone who grew up in a very dysfunctional and or abusive home where there's trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma, or someone who's experienced multiple types of trauma throughout their life and have not yet had a chance to process and heal from the previous trauma. So they all just kind of accumulate. It's sort of this accumulative trauma response that you'll see. So the symptoms of trauma are much more prevalent and strong in people who have complex trauma, and that is the majority of people walking around with trauma histories. So what we'll see is nightmares, flashbacks, major dissociative responses. I'll do a separate video on those. Hyperarousal, which is your physical reactivity, your nervous system becoming activated and being in that fight or flight response, being flooded with adrenaline and cortisol. Also, you'll see a lot of hypervigilance, where someone is just kind of always walking around looking for threats, scanning their environment for threats, and just always kind of looking for danger around them. They may always be looking for exit signs, ways that they can get out of a situation. Sometimes people don't even want to leave their home because they feel like things are just kind of too dangerous outside. Complex trauma can also lead to a lot of dissociation, which is disconnecting from the present moment, from your current awareness. And there are different types of dissociative responses. Dissociation can run from daydreaming and just kind of blinking out or staring off into space, all the way up to a dissociative fugue, dissociative amnesia, feeling just completely disconnected from yourself altogether. And the most severe type of dissociation is dissociative identity disorder. And I'll go into that in another video as well. But I just kind of wanted to explain the differences between simple and complex trauma. If you or anyone you know has questions or need resources for trauma, please feel free to check out my website, which is in the description box below. I'm also going to post some links to a couple of national resources where you can get information as well. And please just know you're not alone. There are support groups and other things that you can join for support and assistance. I hope that this has been helpful for some of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.